Hi, today we're going to be discussing about the harnesses and climbing shoes. The basic things that you need to know if you're advanced. This video might not be very helpful for you. This is for beginners, so stay tuned if you're beginners. And here we go. There's two, well, there's many different kinds of harnesses, but the two major different ones is that there's one that has a hole like this for you to put your rope through, for your harness right here. It has one loop. These are for repenning and mountaineering. So if you're looking into rock climbing, do not get those. I wouldn't suggest you getting those. I would suggest you getting. You can go rock climbing with those, but I wouldn't suggest that. Now I would suggest you getting yourself some rock climbing harnesses like these that has two knobs on the bottom. That holds one big loop that holds it together over here. That's what I would recommend. You can also use this for repenning because I have the one that I have harness I use for repenning too by using these two middle draws right here. And so that's kind of harness that you do want to get. If you're beginners, you probably, I don't know how much your budget is, but there's different kind of harnesses. There's harnesses that's made out of just kind of material that doesn't have no cushions or anything, you know. These are $30-$40 in the I believe by Amazon. And let me suggest you just do not get those because these has no pad. It's very uncomfortable. Now, if you're beginning and you just want to see how rock climbing is, yeah, it might be, or you want to use it for once or twice, yeah, it might be get through with it. But eventually, if you're really interested in rock climbing, this is not the harness type of harness you want to get. You know, you want to get yourself with a little bit of cushion, okay? The reason why I say is because as you rock climb, you can have a lot of gears on you that's pulling on it, so it's gonna be hitting your hips. So try to get yourself a nice, comfortable shoe. So obviously, it depends on your budget, but try to get the right one for you. I started doing multi pitching, and one thing I noticed is that I wish I had more padding on my hips because as you're doing multi pitching, you're playing people and you're waiting there and you're getting pulled by your hips with your harness. So for me, on my next harness that I get, I probably get some with more loops and especially a lot more cushion. Okay. All right. Next thing I want to discuss about is what kind of loops you should get. Standard ones, they usually come with 4 loops. They're good for sports climbing and just do the basic stuff. But for me, it depends. Once again, it depends how much you can afford. But for me, I think I would like to have a little bit more loops because I'm trying to do trail climbing, and there's a lot of gears a lot more gears you have to get to hold when you trail climb. So I would like to get much loops as I can. Do not get one that has just like 1 or 2 loops. Just unless that you're working on a budget. But I would suggest you getting at least 4 because you're gonna have some equipment that you're gonna have to put on, and these are very useful. Okay. And I think that's what I got for the harness. Just make sure you guys get something that's a little bit more comfortable for you. Obviously, it depends on your budget, but do not get one without no cushions because this will get very uncomfortable very soon and you'll regret it. And I think these are like 30-40 bucks. I think you put extra 20 bucks, you get yourself at least a decent, real, pretty comfortable harness. So, you know, look for that. All right, now we're going to be talking about the climbing shoes you need. There's a lot of things you need to know about climbing shoes, but first basic thing, if you are advanced, this video is not going to be very helpful because this video is made for just for beginners who's just trying to get into the rock climbing world. So when you're when you're choosing to buy shoes, there's 3 things you need to know basic. Okay, there's like beginners shoes, there's an intermediate, and there is advanced. You can kind of toss away the advanced one because those are very aggressive and they're tight on your shoes and they're very uncomfortable. So just get rid of that right away. What you want to do is think about getting yourself an intermediate or beginners. Meaning you want to get yourself where your toe box is not so pointed in. You have a little bit of room over there, and where your rock climbing shoes is not. It's become more flat over here instead of being so overbridged like over here. So you're gonna get one of those. When choosing shoes, one thing you might want to mostly pay attention to is there's different kinds. There's ones that you lace up, and there's one that has velcros. Okay. Let me tell you what I learned climbing for a couple years now. At first, I bought me one with laces and they worked fine. It didn't really bother me because I was just climbing here and there. But now that I'm going climbing every weekend, 2-3 times a week, I do want more convenience, and I noticed that having the Velcro ones are much easier to work with when you're out there. You know, when you're out there, you're tying your shoes back and forth. You know, it's not very convenient for you. And tell you the truth, they say that the lace ones gives your feet more tighter, but I have the Velcro ones, and it doesn't really bother me. I don't know any difference, and I do some, you know, hard climbing, so you know that's what you should be looking forward to. You can get yourself laces if you're beginners, because and you're just trying to do some indoor climbing or just get into the rocks once in a while. That's perfectly fine. You know, make sure you get yourself something comfortable. For me, I would say I'm an intermediate rock climber, and I would like to have some kind of Velcro, because especially I'm doing multi pitches. We know I go up to one pitch and I'm bringing another person up. I kind of want I don't really have too much time to unlace my shoes back and forth, so it's just very convenient to have the Velcro. So consider that. You can also get yourself some aggressive shoes, but make sure it's comfortable for you. Okay, I know one thing that in the rock climbing world, they say that people should get shoes as like size smaller than for them, but for beginners, I wouldn't suggest you guys doing that. If you were size 10 in shoes, I would suggest you try not getting a size 10 in rock climbing shoes. You know, some people say get yourself a 9 or get yourself a 8, 9.5. Don't do that, because you're just the beginning. Having uncomfortable shoes is very annoying, because I got me some aggressive shoes and I barely tied these on, you know. So make sure you pick the right ones for yourself, okay? Because size, I know the size, if you go size a little bit smaller, yes, your feet is more pointy and like you can work on it, but for beginners you don't really need that, you know. So take that into consideration. And another thing, there's different kind of bottoms. Let me tell you guys something. I use the Vibram bottoms that I have on the Scarpas, and I love these. These are probably my favorite climbing shoes that I have tried so far. My first pair I bought was La Sportivas, and they work great for me. I used these for like 2-3 years, and it lasts me long, but you know, obviously start getting damaged, so I needed new shoes. But these served me well. The price difference is very lot. I think I bought these for like $60. They're probably $70 now. And these were probably like $110. I probably got on a discount, because you know I don't want to pay too much for climbing shoes. But yeah, make sure you guys choose the right climbing shoes for yourself. Make sure you guys, I would suggest you guys getting a one with the Velcro. I mean, we're not trying to do like jump on a 5'10" C and B right away, you know. So get yourself that until you get more comfortable, and just be aware of that. And guys, if I could go back, I would get me, I wear size 9. I would get me size 8.5 or 9 for myself for aggressive shoes. I would not get myself a size smaller, because I want the comfort. And all right guys, I hope that helped you guys out. If not, leave some comment and I will get back to you.